Welcome to God Chosen Cosmic Melodies. Let's jump right into it and talk about what's going on in the world, in the spiritual realm, and in the physical realm. So, oh my God, we have to remember right off the bat, I want to say our positive reminder for us all is to keep our equilibrium, our spiritual light body equilibrium, and in the physical realm, our inner balance. Now more than ever, it counts. Now more than ever, everybody, because the war in the principalities, the dark principalities are losing. And because of that, they are causing an uproar of fear on purpose. In the physical realm, they're triggering things to happen where people fall into the vibration of fear and not in inner balance. So they want poor people to get poorer so they won't be able to think straight because they have to worry about their basic necessities. And so because of that, it's important to remember that God is unlimited abundance. Although we might be experiencing limitation in the physical realm, when we tap into our soul, we can manifest solutions from that balanced place, from that inner connection with source energy, and having a knowing in your connection with source energy. From that balanced place inside your mind, body, and soul, we're able to manifest solutions for whatever circumstance we may be facing. And that's going to vary from person to person, situation to situation. But the core of it still stays the same. Our inner solution is the solution time and time again. We need to remember that. And I know that's easier said than done. It's a matter of putting it into practice in the moments, when our emotions get the best of us, because it happens to the best of us. All of us have the spectrum of emotions. All of us are susceptible to falling into those human emotions, but we have to remember we are souls in a human experience, and our soul knowing with source can help restore any imbalances that happen throughout the things that are unfolding in the world today. So I really want to emphasize prayer is more important than anything else in the world right now. I really emphasize that, because right now the light is winning, angelic beings are winning, but it doesn't seem that way on the outside world. Remember, a lot of the things that we see in the outside world is fear, is facts appearing real, or something along the lines of some the things, they look like what they look like in the physical realm, and it seems like that's all there is. But we have to remember that it's an illusion. We're actually winning in the principalities. So they're mad, and they want to cause people to be unsure of their power. They want to cause people to be unsure about everything in life. And so that's why it counts now more than ever for us to double down on our sureness. We are very sure of what we're really facing here is a spiritual revolution. And the things that are unfolding in the physical realm are because there's this battle in the principalities. And so we have to keep in mind that whatever illegal things they keep on trying to do to cause people to fall into fear, to force power on people and portray it to be something that it's not, like these protests, they're trying to portray the protests as violence, but they're just trying to find an excuse to put violence onto the people that are being extremely peaceful a lot of the times. I'm not saying that that's the case all the time, but this is what they're trying. False news appearing real. They're trying to make it out to be that people are trying to be aggressive and violent, when that's not the case. We're smarter than that. And we know that this is a frequency war. There's no need to combat in the physical realm when the fight here is in the principalities. And so us going out to protest, I encourage people to be extra safe, to not be violent, not seek violence. Do not look for mayhem. Do not look for trouble. Instead, be a rebel by choosing peace and love over any sort of chaotic, confusing energies, because those low vibrational things are not us at the core. That is from this realm. What we are is pure light and love and unity. That's who we truly are at the core on a soul level. And so when we come from that place inside of ourselves, when we look out to the outside world and we see what they're trying to do, as far as they're trying to manipulate people into a lower frequency. But we have to keep in mind that they're continuously adding more illegal things on top of illegal things on top of illegal things. The things that they're trying to pull off, most of it is illegal. So it might seem like, oh, they're getting a rise out of people because of these things. But if we really look down if we use our clairvoyance and all of our spiritual gifts, and we use our foresight to see, it's just going to be more added charges onto the people who are misusing the law against humanity. And so when we see it that way, we don't fall into this illusion that we should be scared because the law is misusing its abilities, when that will come back around to them, including the officers and the people who think that they're doing their job when they're they're being manipulated into being used against humanity. On a spiritual level, they will have their consequences. They may not realize it right now, but I'm sure that in due time, little by little, even the people who have been manipulated into, being used against humanity will realize that their fight is not against humanity. It's against the people who are paying them. Like, literally. Because nobody's safe under these people's reign. We all know that. Because clearly, look at what's happening in the world. Nobody's safe with these people in the White House. That's why Trump has got to go. He's not going to be another term. That is a fact. I can foresee that. And I know many people can agree with me. We can foresee into the future, Trump will be out of the White House. He will have no say-so over humanity, including the billionaires in the background who are trying to pull all these things off too. And so remember, guys, there's no need to fall into a low vibrational place and assuming the worst, because that's what they want. Don't let them win. Don't let the dark principalities win within you, because remember, the fight is within each and every one of us. It's an internal battle that we need to overcome the dark principalities within ourselves first and foremost, and then the way we look out into the world and we perceive the world circumstances. We need to always do our best to have an optimistic outlook, no matter how bad it seems. Because remember, our perception of the world is what creates the world to be what you perceive it to be. So it counts now more than ever for you to remember your power in being able to change the outside world by changing your inner perception of the world at large, or your own inner world circumstances, okay? It starts from in here and out, as we know. So within, so without, as above, so below. So right now, the dark principalities are losing in the principality war. As above, so below. As above, they're losing. As they're losing, that's why they're freaking out and they're causing an uproar. They want people to be in fear, because remember, the dark principalities feed on those low vibrational feelings and thoughts. That's why it's important for us to remember, oh my God, you guys, we are not losing. They're trying to portray it. It's false evidence appearing real. They're trying to portray that humanity is losing because they're trying to enforce their power. But in reality, they're just adding more criminal charges on themselves, illegal things that they're doing, and eventually that will catch up to them. And I'm talking about every branch in the White House, no matter what position these people have. And the fact that they tried to retaliate against a senator who's speaking up for what's right, it's just absurd. It's literally absurd when you realize that the ones who are right are being targeted, and then the ones who are wrong are just trying to triple down and enforce their illegal power, their illegal methods that they're doing to instill fear, to have an uproar of fear in the people. It's spiritually illegal. So not only is it physically illegal, a lot of the things that they're doing, but it's also spiritually illegal. So with those facts, we know they're going to lose. It's only a matter of time. Obviously, we have a lot of battles to face throughout the journey. It's nothing new under the sun, So remember, don't fall into the whole pendulum thing that they're trying to cause humanity to be in. Maintain your equilibrium inside. Maintain your knowing in your connection, your soul knowing connection to source. And remember to pray. Keep praying with me, because it's working. We're winning. Right now, it seems like we're not, because it's false evidence appearing real, but it's false. It's false. It's false. It's false. Yes, there are a lot of unfair things happening right now. And that's why we all need to triple down on our prayer. We need to triple down on cranking up our divinity times 1,000,000 all around the world. Prayers left and right, from the day to the middle of the day to the night. Your whole day you should be implementing prayer while you're at work, while you're using the washroom, while you're taking a shower, while you're washing dishes, whatever you're doing in your life, implement prayer now more than ever. I said in my last video towards the end, right now is not the time to play with God, get closer to God. What I meant by that is not to put fear in people. What I meant by that is right now is not the time to play with God, and it's time to get closer to God, because on an energetic level, it's not from a fear place, but on an energetic level, it's valid for me to say that, express that, and remind ourselves that it's not time to play around with your spiritual life. It's time to get serious, more serious. It's time to double down, triple down on your prayer life. It's time to maintain your solidity of unity and peace and love. Maintain your energetic boundaries. It's time to cleanse and protect on a whole other level, so that your prayers can reach out further into the quantum field and have more power to alter the things in this realm for the better. That's the power we have. And don't you forget it, regardless of whatever unfolds in the time we're living in today, because it's inevitable. We are experiencing revolutionary times, and it is beautiful. I know it might seem terrifying to a lot of us, but you know what? When you remind yourself who you are in God, source, energy, you reinvigorate yourself from the inside out, because you remind yourself time and time again who you really are. It's more than this physical realm. It's more than the flesh. You know that deep in your soul. You know that you need to bring yourself back to that inner knowing, that inner stance, that inner power with source to create the change that we came here for. This is literally what us angelic beings God chose us for this. We came here for this. We're equipped for this. I am ready. My whole life, I've been training for this. I'm not scared. And you shouldn't be scared either. And if you find yourself falling into those human emotions, just course correct it with some prayer. Cleanse and protect your energy field, because you know what? Most of these emotions that you're picking up are not even yours. They're from the collective consciousness. So do your work. You have to do your part to cleanse and protect your energy field and combat in the spiritual realm if you know how to. If you don't know how to, I don't recommend just going diving in head first. First, work your way up into, warfare prayers and invest yourself into that part of yourself, because the return of this investment is immense, and it's more than money can buy. It's more than any riches in this physical realm can give you. This investment is like no other investment that you will invest in your life. This investment is worth more than money. So please invest in your spiritual life, invest in your spiritual health, invest in your soul self, invest in the truth of who you are, which is a soul in a human experience that has the power to cancel out any dark principalities of this realm. That's the power you have. So tap back into your power if you forgot. And if you never even knew, this is a whole new world for you to really go down the journey of self-discovery in your spiritual journey. So, and you know what? Throughout all of this that's happening in the world, I realize it's just more of an opportunity to become the greatest version that you were meant to be. The greatest, most powerful angelic being that you are meant to be. The times we're living in through today are opportunities. When we see it that way, we're not scared. We see it as an opportunity to rise up to the occasion, to rise up and win the inner battles every single day of our lives in order for us to win the external battle in the way that we perceive people, situations, and things that are unfolding in the worldwide events. It all starts from within. As we know, it's an inner job from day to day. So take it day to day, and don't feel helpless. Don't feel hopeless, because we are not. Remember, we are from source. We came here specifically to create changes in this realm through source. So therefore, we are never hopeless. We are never powerless. We are never, alone. We're never alone. That's what God tells me. Even if we feel like it, that's when we need to remind ourselves and each other the most that we are not alone. Because not just because we have each other, but because first and foremost, most importantly, we have source, where we come from. We have our creator, where we come from. We are co-creators with the creator. We are never, ever, 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 ever alone. Even through this crisis happening around the world, like with war in other places, and then the government misusing their power over people, causing people's families to be ripped apart, and they might feel alone. But we have to remind ourselves and each other now more than ever to talk to God, connect to God, commune with God. God will counsel you. God will protect you. God will guide you away from harm. If you just choose to listen in your heart, have a listening heart now more than ever, because with all this stuff going on in the world and people trying to go out and protest, and then they're disconnected from their inner world, you make more of a difference when you have an inner balance to your energy field than going out to protest and you're disconnected, clogged up, imbalanced energy field, and that imbalanced energy field is going to pick up more imbalanced energy, and then it's going to make the person's internal state more imbalanced. We don't want that. We don't need that. Jesus Christ, people, please, if you are going to go out to protest in a mature way, in a spiritually developed way, please keep in mind, we are energetic beings. You are susceptible to picking up a whole lot of yucky energy. And if you don't know how to do your energy work, it's going to cause you to perceive the world even worse. So please keep in mind, if you are going to protest, cleanse and protect your energy before, during, and after those protests. Remember to pray before, during, and after those protests. The whole point of protests is to make a difference, right? But if a large amount of people are going out there and spiritually blind and energetically blind, you're just leaving yourself out there susceptible as a prey. You're not really making a difference when you're just giving your energy to imbalances. The way we make a difference is that we have spiritually balanced people going out to protest. Then in that way, I feel like we will feel more of a difference in those protests. The more people we have realizing the importance of doing energy work at that protest, doing the energy work before, during, and after you go to the protest, doing prayers before, during, and after. The more people we have doing prayers in the protest, the more we are going to see an actual difference. The more we're going to feel an energetic difference in that crowd. Anywhere we go, anywhere we hear about it, it's not going to feel that sense of, oh my God, what's going on in the world. It's not going to feel like that. It's not. It's just not. The more people put their part in doing the energy work and prayer before, during, and after these protests, then we're going to see a progressive shift in energy. This is what God has put in my heart to speak on this video. This is the whole point of this video, is that for people who are choosing to protest, for me, the most important protest is your prayer life. I personally will not be putting myself out there in dangerous situations because I've already been targeted. And the why they targeted me is because I have rank and power in the spiritual realm. So I know what I'm talking about. The power is not necessarily in imbalanced people going out there and causing more imbalance. The way that we create change is from the inside out, people. So please spread the word, especially to people who are going to protest. I'm not saying to not, because that is a necessary part of this revolution. My protest is in prayer, because I don't want to put myself at risk of dangerous situations, because that's what the dark principalities would want, especially because I have power in the spiritual realm. And I'm not saying that from the ego. I'm saying that from a knowing place, that to tell you all, the power is in our anchored, balanced, centered prayers. So if you're willing to go out and protest, kudos to you. But if you are going to, you need to do energy work and prayer, not one or the other. It has to be both energy work and prayer before, during, and after. And so then when you're in that frequency, it's less likely that you're going to attract traumatic situations, dangerous situations, because the spiritual realm, source energy, will guide you away from those situations, from those people. But you need to pay attention to your spiritual gifts. You need to pay attention to those signs, because God will protect you and guide you away from danger if you pay attention. So yeah, I just really wanted to come on and emphasize that, is that we don't need to fall into the fear tactics of false evidence appearing real, because remember, once again, to sum it up, is they're adding more criminal or legal charges on them by misusing the power, the perceived power that they have, what they've been doing, what they did in LA, and what they're doing, whatever else they're doing, all these illegal things that they're trying to get away with, or cause people to be in fear of speaking out. They're retaliating against senators and people in the government who are trying to stand up for what's right. Listen, remember, we are angelic beings. We are co-creators of our creator. We came here for change. So when we see it that way, we're not stressed out about whatever we have to face. All right, they want to keep on doing things out of alignment of integrity. Well, we face things with more integrity. That's how we overcome this battle with people who are choosing to do things out of alignment of integrity. Out of alignment of integrity. They're out of alignment of integrity. So because of that, eventually that's going to catch up to them. These are the Hermetic laws, okay? Universal laws. So they might feel happy about causing an uproar of fear, but it's not going to work out for them. Ultimately, they're just going to make their cases worse and more charges put upon all of them through every branch that is doing things out of alignment of integrity. They will be reprimanded in one way or another in due time. We have to be patient with the process. We have to stay focused on source energy. We have to stay focused on what God is guiding us to do, and how God needs us to rise up to the occasion, to rise up to the times that we're living into, to rise up in love, to rise up in peace, to rise up in solidity, to rise up in unity, to rise up in the name of source, to rise up. This is what God is calling all of us to do. And it doesn't take for you to go out to wherever. No, it takes you to rise up on an internal level, rise up out of fear, rise up out of worry. Instead of worrying, you pray. Instead of falling into fear, you pray. Instead of freaking out, you pray. That's what you do. You rise up out of the low vibrational nonsense, the fear tactics, the false evidence appearing real. You rise up out of it, because that's not you. That's not us. That's from this human realm. And we don't succumb to the things in this human realm when we're living from the place of balance, unity, evolution, transformation inside our soul. So anything that the dark principalities attempt over and over in this realm, we see it for what it is. It's false evidence appearing real. What's really happening is the light is winning in the principalities, and the dark principalities are mad. So it's like they're acting out like a child and having a tantrum. But now with Trump having tantrums and misusing the law, now he's going to be more reprimanded. Okay, like a child has a tantrum, they have to be disciplined when they have tantrums, so they know that no, that is not okay. You can't just have a tantrum like that and think that it's okay. Basically, Trump had a tantrum and misused the power, and now he's going to have consequences because of it, and at some point or another. Okay, so you get the point. Even if we're not in the White House, we make a difference because we are connected to the quantum field. We are energetic beings in an ocean of energy. It's all energy, as we know. So our energy fields need to be praying so that we continue to win against the principalities of this realm. Because guess what? Like I said, they're not winning. They're losing in principalities. But in the physical realm, false evidence appearing real, it seems like they are the ones in charge and they are winning. But no, it's false evidence appearing real. So keep that in the forefront of your mind. Don't fall into the false evidence appearing real, and instead double down, triple down on your prayer life, on your energy work. Cleanse and protect your energy. Pray, pray, pray. I can't emphasize that enough. Because seriously, God has really put it like a big old freaking microphone in my heart. Pray, 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 pray. We gotta pray. We gotta pray, pray, pray. Oh, pray, pray, pray. So that being said, my next video, I am going to, maybe not the next one, but the next one. I don't know, because I think I might upload a couple back to back. I'm not sure. We'll see. But point being is, in one of my upcoming videos, I am going to do a video all about prayer, the warfare prayers that we should be doing to combat the principalities. So yeah, this whole video was a lot of me repeating a lot of stuff. Sorry about that, but you get the point. Don't fall into fear. Instead, what do? You pray. Don't waste your time in falling for low vibrational nonsense when you know the truth of who you are is true bliss, is true peace, is true love, it's true abundance, is who we truly are. So let's not fall for false evidence appearing real and then perpetuate poverty, because we are not poor. Poverty is man-made because the way we choose to think and feel. And we need to not fall for false evidence appearing real. And remember that the universe is abundant. We are abundant eternally, regardless of the life circumstances, whatever that may be. Anyways, you get the point. You get the point. I'll talk to you all in my next video. God bless you all. Pray for your possessions, your pets, your loved ones, your friends, humanity at large. As we know, we need more people praying, and to stop underestimating the power of prayer, because we are making epic changes in the spiritual realm through our prayers in the physical realm. Don't underestimate your power as a child of God, and don't underestimate your prayer life. I will talk to you in my next video.